And now, your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!
It's go time. Hey guys, it's Lena Love, and this is SBC's second annual Women's History Month event. And guys, we got some special guests for y'all. We about to do it up with some, little questions, have little talks here and there. But man, all right, let's meet our guests. We have Purple Haze, who is here with us. This is her first year with us. It's gonna be awesome. I hope you love it. And then we also have Sandy Beaches in the building.
Hey.
Say what's up, guys. All right, guys, listen, I got some questions for y'all. We're gonna get deep with it at some point in times, but it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a good time. Man, how does it feel? First of all, I just want to say, happy Women's Month to the two of you. Happy Women's Month to all the women out here. Hopefully we have some pretty awesome women who's going to be watching this down the line, things like that, just to, motivate us and stuff like that. Women have done a lot of things over the years to really set the bar for all the rest of us, and it's pretty awesome. But, man, how do you guys feel being a woman in this day and age? Before we start getting to our questions, let's just start out with this.
I'll go first. I mean, I think it's good. It's exciting. I think, when we look at history, and it's not too long ago that women were not included in a lot of things. And then, once we see that women are allowed to, whether it's compete, just be at the table, whatever, great things happen. So I think it's exciting. And I think there's still a lot of work to do. But no, I'm excited. I'm proud.
I agree. I feel like we're definitely up and coming. We're still a lot of things where we can get bigger and do bigger things. So I can't wait to see what more women do.
Yeah, definitely agree. I mean, I feel like we still have a lot of things to accomplish, just because there are some things that still are the way they were back then when women didn't have, many rights. So, but we're coming up strong though. We really are. We're coming up strong. We're doing a lot of things that's making a change for a lot of people. So, and I feel like we definitely do have a lot of role models too to help us with all this stuff too. So, oh man, all right, let's jump into some of these questions. All right, this question for you guys is: when did you get into gaming, and what was the first game that sparked your interest?
So I got into gaming a while back when I was a kid, and it was the first game that really sparked my interest was a game called Contra on the original Nintendo. It was a side scroller, shoot things with aliens, and it was my brother and I could really team up on that, and that was just really cool to do that with him. So that was mine.
So I was really young when I started getting into gaming. My first game I ever played was actually at my grandparents' house, and it was really old. It was Atari. So it was like
Wow.
a shooting spaceship game on Atari. I forget the name of it. Sorry. I think it might have been called Galaxy or something like that.
Wow. It's crazy. I was just talking to my dad about this, and literally my first gaming. I mean, I always watch my dad play video games, but my first gaming experience is playing Spawn on the Super Nintendo. And I remember we had to, always grab a little game, blow it out on the bottom, blow it out in the system, and stick it in with the weird looking controllers. Like I always remember that. And I also remember we had like Dr. Mario on there too, so it was kind of cool. Like those were like my first gaming experiences as well. And that's kind of what
Nice.
sparked my interest for gaming because I always watched my dad do it, and we just always done it from there. Really. Man, all right, let's jump into some of these comments because we have a lot coming in before I get into anything else. We have Squids. He says, yo. He also says, this is going to be epic. Squids, you are right. It's going to be epic. He said, had to, but can't wait. Oh, yeah, he jumped into the comments way before we were live. That's how you know he is psyched for this. We have Mr. in the building. He said, I wanted to see Sandy. Man. Squid says, woohoo, Lena Love 18, second annual Woomies. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that name just yet,
I
but
think he said Wowie.
Wowie. Oh, Wowie, see? I'm a little too excited for myself. We have And Now Your Mama Knows, who says this is gonna be epic. Definitely right. Man, we have Mr. back in the building. He says, I'd rather see purple than Lena. All right, Mr., we're going to keep this negativity out of here right now. That's all I'm going to say. All right, because every woman is equal when it comes down to this, and we all forever will be. So we ain't picking sides today. All right, we're going to be happy for everyone. Mr. also says, oh, my God, Sandy, oh, my God. Squid says, show, LOL. Favorite game on Stadia. You're kind of jumping a little ahead for us, but that will be one of our questions. We'll come back to that, Squids. Don't worry. We're going to jump into our next question and go back to some of the comments. All right, so Mr. kind of jumped, not Mr. Squids kind of jumped a little ahead of us for a second, but our second question actually is, what is your favorite game?
My favorite game. So I have two. I'm going to say two.
Okay.
Right. One is Orcs Must Die 3. I really like that. I like tower defense games and the fact that I really like that you can kind of go in and make it a third-person shooter as well.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool game, and I really like that they kind of initially built it for Stadia, especially when you talk about like the war scenarios, and it's like maybe some of them do have like 1,000 orcs. I don't know, but that's one. And then the second one is Darksiders 2. It's an older game on other platforms, but it really introduced me to that series, and it was really engaging. And I actually go back to it and quite a bit to just like explore, play different bosses. So
nice.
I really liked Wavetail. I finished the whole game, and it was really cool. The story was really good, and I also have a second. I like Animal Royale. If you're playing with like a bunch of people, that's a really cool game.
Oh my god, that game is so fun.
How about you, Lena?
For me, one of my favorite games has been The Last Guardian. It was on the PlayStation 4, and I kid you not, I had my dad get it for me through GameFly, and I beat the game in 2 days. The graphics on there was freaking awesome, and I can't believe I really beat the game in 2 days. But it was really nice. I really like that game. I like the story behind it and things like that. And then also I'm a race car person when it comes down to video games. So Need for Speed, all those games were my favorites growing up. So definitely. We have some of these comments coming in some more. We have Mr. who says, I love women. Contra is a good game, but so we have Amy in the building. She says, hi, how's it going? Nice seeing you in and supporting the women. We have Mr. who says, definitely a classic. Squid says, hello, Amy. We have Bud in the building who says, hello, chat and panel. Hey, how's it going?
And it's Ambi. Ambi is a guy. Just want to
Oh,
throw that out
Ambi. Oh,
there.
I'm so sorry. See, they're gonna correct me at like some point down the line. And it's gonna be
Amazing
totally okay.
gentleman who's been so
See?
supporting me.
I'm
in
glad
my-
Purple knew because I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm like, that's my first time seeing that person. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes,
Um,
I'm sorry, Andy.
Ambi actually says hello to Squids. We have Josh Waring who says, big up yourself, ladies. Yes, we're doing big things today. And he also says at Mr. Mr. is about to get timed out again. No, he definitely is, because we need to be very supportive of these women today. We have my Uncle Dave in the building who says, what's up, ladies? How you doing, family? Sandy, Nisi, what's up? Hey, Uncle Dave, how's it going?
What's going on, Dave?
Oh, man, we have so many comments. It's crazy. Mr. says, no habla English. Just saying you spelled English wrong, but we just gonna let it go. Oh, my God. We had Cloud Validation who says, good stuff. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's get into our next question because we have so many comments to get to, but we can easily spread this out throughout this entire show.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is, what's your favorite console?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good.
And there's so many to choose from, which is crazy. But
I think my favorite console would be N64. I thought that was a really cool console, really engaging games. I think there was a lot of very revolutionary things that they did with the N64 and the experiences. And that's probably the first console where like I would like skip things to play, like make up lies so I could play games.
Yeah.
You know? So I would probably say N64.
Nice.
If we're talking about like right now for stuff like consoles that we're playing and stuff like that, I would go with PS4, but I play more Stadia than anything because it's easy to get on and off of that. You don't need a console, so right now would be Stadia. I know it's not a console, but if it were a console, PS4.
For me, I would have to say GameCube, and that's because we played Mario Kart on that thing like no other. And we played Super Smash Bros. On there all the time. So for me, I would say growing up, that was one console that I gravitated more just because like it gave me, my brother, and my cousins like the ability to just really bond over a lot of stuff. And it was good time seeing my cousins get upset and when they lose and stuff. And it was great because, you know, they were a bunch of sore losers, but, you know.
If we're going with old school consoles, I'll do Super Nintendo. That was like my thing back in the day.
I kid you not, like, my dad still had ours until he gave it to one of his friends. But, like, man, I just the memories of having to, like, you just had this thing that looked like a thick floppy disk that you just had to, if it didn't work, you pulled it out, you blew at the bottom, make sure there was no dust in there. You hold a little flask open, blew in there, make sure there's no dust in there, put it back in. Bing, the thing worked, and you were good to go. Like nowadays, I feel like it's not that easy because nowadays it's kind of like, all right, now you got to take time to really like blow out the entire system. Then you got to do all this other extra stuff to make sure it works. Back then, you had to do all that. You just blew on it once, pop it back in, and you were good to go. Like, you know? And you didn't need Wi-Fi on top of that. Like, you didn't need no internet connection. You were just able to just take the console everywhere with you, and you were able to just play and go as soon as you plugged it in. So, I think old school technology is definitely, for video games, it was definitely the thing that you had to have.
Super Nintendo that gets overlooked is, I think, by far any console, some of the hardest games I've ever played were on Super Nintendo.
Yes,
like that weren't
definitely.
supposed to be hard. Like that's like around the time. Like there's this game called The Lion King on Super Nintendo.
I love that game on Super Nintendo.
If you ever played that game, like y'all think Dark Souls is hard. It's like you get like too long.
I don't know if you ever played Aladdin on Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
but Aladdin was hard as well.
No,
like all the Disney games were hard.
Like they were like, here's the cartoon, but here's the game, and they were like, like you can go look at playthroughs on YouTube, and you're like, how? There's like no instruction manual. There's no anything back then. And you gotta, like, I don't even think I got to the third level of the Lion King. And that's after like hundreds of hours of like, there's these monkeys, and it's like trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure out the Da Vinci Code to like
Yeah.
get to the next level.
Yep.
See, we also had games like, I think it was the 64 that we had like Donkey Kong on there,
Mm-hmm.
and like playing that all the time. You got to like switch over for which like, you know,
Which
Kong family
character?
member you were. Yeah, like Diddy Kong and all them. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool too. Like just thinking, like just being able to think back to like those kind of games, and to think like, man,
They
those
were
games were
fun.
fun for us growing up. To where we see like the games that people have now, it's like, no, those are fun too, but you don't have as many memories as you do with those games from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah. Let's get back into some of these comments. We have Squids who says, nice choice. We have Spectre in the building.
What's up, Spectre?
Nice to see you, Spectre. Thanks for showing up. Bud says, the ladies are running today. Yes, we are. Y'all want to play? Get it, girls. Yes. Squids, he says, yo, Spectre. We have Ambi who says, I've heard Darksiders 2 has an amazing soundtrack.
It does. It does.
We have Spectre who says, at Squids, yo, hope you're doing well. And Now Your Mama Knows says, the ladies are on fire. Yes, indeed. Uncle Dave says, go ahead, ladies. Represent. We're definitely representing it all today. Man, it's just crazy to think that, like, here we are going on our second year with being able to host an event like this. And I remember this was the first time I ever did anything for the Stadia Bash Network a year ago today, I believe. And it was me and Sandy, and we did not have any clue on how any of this stuff worked. And my dad was like just trying to break it down for us, and just to think like, wow, here we are, you know, and we've been doing this for her and I, we've been doing this for a year now. But to think that like women's been doing all of this for 2 years with Stadia is just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing. We have Geek the Sneak who says, what's up, everyone? How's it going? Ambi says, no worries, it's all good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't, this is the first time I've ever met you, so my apologies. Josh Waring says, on spot at Purple Haze, N64 with Mario 64 and Golden Eye and Star. Okay, I'm reading that right probably. And Star, yeah, we're gonna keep this PG, so we're gonna put stars there for now. You know, Star F bleep 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 and the WWF games. Mr. says, do you prefer to play Stadia on phone or television? Man, guys, maybe we should answer this question, you know, since guys, if you guys have questions for us, definitely we'll be happy to answer them as well, besides questions that I have to ask the ladies as well too. Do you prefer to play Stadia on phone or television?
I play on the television.
Television.
Because it's a bigger screen. It's like playing like a console on a TV. So for me, I'd rather play on the TV. But if I'm on the go, it is helpful that I have the fold phone because it's bigger, so I could play on that as well.
No,
Perfect.
I have to the television because I can multitask. Like if I'm like playing a game and I get a text or something like that or an Instagram message, I'm gonna be like, I don't want to make the person feel bad. Like I'm playing a game, so I can like do both like that.
Yeah,
so.
you can multitask, and then you don't feel like you're, you know, holding up on someone, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So definitely, I would say the television as well. We have Ambi who says, at Josh, couldn't agree more on Mario and N64. Mr. says, the Lion King game was fun, jumping on the hippos. Bud says, are you going to do more shows featuring the ladies? Definitely. Listen, this month is all, you know, about women, and with the shows I've been doing, we've been, you know, having women come on as guests and just talk about women's history. So definitely everyone right now, I know little by little are doing things about women, and so I think for the future we will be doing more things that involves women. I know actually no, I'm not even gonna speak on that yet because we're gonna see that for the end of the show. All right. So I don't want to spill too much tea, but yeah, we will incorporate more women. Squid says, gotta love that autocorrect. Had me dying. Yeah, we were gonna leave it where it was. Yeah. And now your mama knows says, I hope playing Stadia on my lap. I love playing Stadia on my laptop, but I've been playing on my phone a lot lately with my Epic mobile console.
Controller, yeah.
Oh,
He got the new
it's
controller
like
for
really
his phone.
small, like where I can see it. So I'm like, yeah.
It's okay. It's bigger on my phone, so if you say something and I notice, I'll just let you know.
And I think he has that bigger phone, right? He has like the dual screen.
He has the fold through, and I have that as well. So.
Yeah.
So that might be. Maybe I'll maybe get the phone.
It is nice. It's like a tablet and a phone in one. So
yeah, I saw he was
cool.
playing with it and like makes it a little bigger. So maybe that would make me play it a little bit more on the phone.
All right. So for our next. My dad just put out a little contraption. So pretty much what happens is he puts his phone on here, right? And it stretches out, and there's a is this Bluetooth? Oh, okay. Well, it's Bluetooth, and pretty much this makes his phone, where he's able to have a controller and a console all at once, which is pretty cool. So, but just saying, Apple dropped it first for iPhones. Just saying, because I remember my dad was like, "Man, Lena, that's not fair. They got it for you guys first and not for us." And I do remember that. So, just had to put that out there. Apple came up with it first. Okay, our next question. How did you get into cloud gaming?
Ooh, for me, well, it depends on what you mean by cloud gaming. Like I think
cloud gaming like Stadia or
like
I know
Stadia, okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think someone told me to try it out, and they said, no, you could like play games. Like they knew I had played games in the past.
Yeah.
So I tried it out, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then, I just found myself playing more and more and more. And I just realized like, oh, I really like this. I like the convenience, especially for me. I travel a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, when we could travel, like I travel a lot. So that's how I got into it.
Nice. I got into cloud gaming because of Anthony. So he knew all about Stadia before Stadia was even like a big deal.
Yep.
He was really, really into it. And then once it like became like a big thing to him, I started to play because he was like, oh, you'll really like this game. You got to get on and do this and do that. So eventually it was like, all right, I'm in. I like Stadia. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. My dad was the one who definitely got me into cloud gaming. And it's so funny because like when I think back of like how my dad talked about it all the time, oh man, no, you really gotta try this out, stuff like that. I'm like that with people at work. Like I sit here and I tell people like, man, you gotta really like, cloud gaming is definitely a thing you guys gotta try out. And like some people be like, yeah, I heard about that before, but I just never thought to try it. I'm like, no, but you gotta try it. And they're like, then they start asking about more information on it. I'm like, no, like they remastered some old games and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. Like you should definitely join and start. And then they take a look at it. Then the next day they come back like, oh, hey, I tried that thing out you said I should try, and it's pretty cool. I think I might stick with it. And I'm like, see, I'm just telling you, it's just better, And you can take it on the go with you everywhere you go. It's on your phone. You can, as long as you got Chromecast, hey, listen, like now So it's definitely beneficial for a lot of reasons. But I do say do not game and drive. We're not promoting that. Okay? Just because you can do that with this, all right? You do not game and drive. That's just not what we're going to do. Okay? Just want to put that out there right now as a PSA. Do not game and drive. Okay? Do not game and drive. We have, and now your mama knows who says, my phone is pretty much
turns into a Nintendo Switch.
And he has a question for us. He said, question. If you could create a game, what type of game would it be? That is a good question.
I would create like a beat 'em up game, kind of like What is that game that Anthony is playing now? It's called Mad something.
Mad Street.
Mad Streets. Is that
Yeah.
it? So it's just kind of like a beat 'em up game. It's got different little things that you could do in it. So I think that's pretty cool for something easy that people would like.
Yeah.
So if I were to create something, it'd be like that.
Man,
Well,
that's a-
So I like a lot of strategy games and like narration games, but I also like competitions. So maybe
Yeah.
something like a giant world where you could like go multiple strategies, but you can also like get into the game, kind of
Yeah.
like they do with what are those games called? There's a game that just came to Stadia where you can be like the general and you can be down into like fighting with the people. I think that would be kind of cool if you could just like bring these.
Oh yeah, where you kind of like switch worlds and rules and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
But like
I like that stuff too.
multiplayer,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like
See, I like for me, I'm just like I like so many different kind of like games because I like racing games, but then I also like questful games and things like that. So, if in my perfect world, I can have a game where like you can do different things. Where like one part of the game you got to enter race and to get to this portion, and then another part of it you have to go on a little quest to like get to I don't know. It sounds crazy when I start thinking about all of it in my head, but then again, like if I can see it become a reality, then I think it'll be pretty cool. But to have like different little different portions of each games that we have out in this world, like I think that'd be kind of be cool. You know, because
Yeah,
then it'll
that'd
be
be
a
neat.
little part of it for everyone in there. And someone can be like, man, I don't like this part of the game, but hey, maybe I'll like this part, you know? So, you know, just to make everybody happy. You know.
Nice.
Squid says Mad Streets.
Yep.
And
that's
Now
the
Your
one.
Mama Knows says Lena stole my idea. Sure I did. Have you ever been very vocal about that idea? I don't think so.
I think that would be cool though. Like you said, like one part of the game you could like be racing to get
Yeah.
to the next part, and then the next part maybe you're fighting, and then the next part you're on like some crazy quest.
Yeah, like
That's
little
pretty
quest.
neat.
Like there's a little part of it in there for everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for our next question, what's your favorite game on Stadia itself?
Is it just Stadia exclusive?
Yeah, just Stadia exclusive. Like, what is your favorite game that's on Stadia? On Stadia now, really. Yeah.
Outside of the ones earlier.
I like Life is Strange. I played all of them and beat all of them so far. And the storylines are really good, and I like just the flow of the game.
Yeah.
So I would go with that.
I think that game is pretty cool because it kind of have like it kind of reminds you of the butterfly effect a little bit because you get to choose
Yeah.
what happens next.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
I like games like where you get to choose what's going to happen, and then you can go back and replay because there's replay value because you can choose a different option the next time. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I like games like that.
I think because I like a lot of narratives and like things to keep me engaged in games, and then that like tell you something, right? Because like if I'm not playing a game, I could be binging a TV show or reading something. So like,
right,
what is it that's gonna keep me engaged? And so I think Sandy mentioned Wavetail, which I think is really beautiful, and it has
The
really
graphics of that game is amazing.
It's awesome, yeah.
So I thought that was a really cool game, and another one that has like a similar idea, but it's like more of the sibling like bonding that also released on Stadia, Submerged. I don't think a lot of people play it, but it's a beautiful game as well, and it has like a story along with it, really kind of cool like music. So probably one of those two as far as like just you can explore the game and there's multiple things that you can calm and sensible. So.
I definitely will say like Wavetail is one game that like I gravitated more, and I remember like Sandy and I, we were both playing it at the same time, and she was like, yeah, Lena, I beat that level already. And I'm like, how did you do it? You need to help me, give me some tips. Like for me, I've always been the person where like if the graphics is what pulls me in, then all right, I'll give that game a try, and then I end up liking the game. But Wavetail was just one of them where I seen her playing, and I was like, oh wow, what is that? Or my dad will say, hey, Stadia just dropped this new game, I think you're gonna like it. And then I try it out. I'm like, oh yeah, I like it. So But
Yeah.
Wavetail is one of those games for me where I'm like, yeah, no, I think that's my favorite game so far that I've played on Stadia. Granted, I paid like Tomb Raider and things like that, but I think that's where my favorite is.
Nice.
And Now Your Mama Knows says, I'm the Mad Streets champion. I hope it becomes a pro game so I'll have more people to whoop. Yeah. He also says, and I still haven't beat Wavetail, and Sandy did. Well, it just shows that she paid more attention to it than you did. He also says, and I still haven't beat. Oh no, it's still showing the same comment. Oh my god. There we go. She has beat more games on Stadia than I have. Yeah, but I think that's only because like you focus more on one game than. Well, you focus more on multiple games than opposed to like us, where we'll focus on one game. And
Right. We like to complete games.
Yeah, and then start a new one. Unlike him, who like just jumps straight into another one.
Right.
He has another question for us, and he says, "If you could be a hero or the bad guy, who would you be?"
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Like,
In a game, I guess he's referring to it. A hero or a bad guy. I think the bad guy, like their storylines are more exciting. So I guess I'd be the bad guy.
so I'm going to cheat on this one, and I'm going to steal a character from the Darksider series. I'm a big fan of that series. Like I said, there's a character called Samuel, and he's like this demon, but he's like super powerful, and you have to fight him sometimes, but you don't actually beat him.
Yeah.
Like he just is like, all right, I'm tired of fighting. Let me go do something else. but he's like a bad guy, and he's like kind of helping you at the same time.
Yeah.
So something
he's
like
like
that.
an in-between person. Like he's a bad guy, but then he's also a good guy when he wants to be.
He's like a badass, but he at the same time he's like helping the good guy. Like you know, he's not gonna let Lucifer get over on him. So it's like kind of cool.
I don't know. For certain circumstances, I would want to be like the good guy. Just because, like, I'm granted in games, the good guy always wins. But in some moments, like, if the bad guy defeats you, then you kind of just got to get up, dust yourself off, and try again type thing. But, man, I think I might want to be the good guy. Be the good guy.
Okay. I think you need life to make you better, and then you'll want to be the bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I'm at in my life, I'm like, I'm sitting down.
Oh man, we have Jeff in the building who says, "Hello all. Just saying hello as I take my mother to the Tulip Festival."
Oh, cool.
Nice. Get to take her to see some flowers. I've never heard of a Tulip Festival. I've heard of like a flower festival, but never like specifically to one type of flower. That's interesting. And Now Your Mama Knows says, I also like playing live service games for a long time.
Yeah, kind of like Destiny.
Yeah. Yo, he was on that game forever.
Years.
We have Holtz in the building. He says, so I like an anti-hero. Hey, Holtz, how's it going? I feel like I haven't seen you on things in a while. How have you been, buddy? And Now Your Mama Knows says, I would kill...
No, he says Sandy would kill squirrels with a rusty hanger.
First of all, why are we talking about animal cruelty? Hello.
Right?
Especially on a women's show, and people expect women to be all about, like, caring for animals.
I like animals. Squirrels are cute. I just don't like them in my house.
Yeah. That's a... Listen, I remember one of my dad's friends, we went over to my dad's friend's Makita's house for a Halloween party. And one of their friends lived right next door to her. And she saved baby squirrels. And I kid you not, she was in a full blown up squirrel costume. Squirrels are her favorite animal. And so she was in a full up, like, blown up squirrel costume. And then walked out the house with these baby squirrels, like, oh, I rescued them. And I was just looking at her and I was like, oh my God, she's like dead serious. Like these are live squirrels, they're babies, they can't even see yet, and they're just in a box and she's just petting them. And I'm
She
like,
was feeding them little bottles.
yeah, like she had little bottles for them. It was cute, but then it was
It was
also like,
cute.
no, you're being serious. Like those are actual squirrels, like actual squirrels.
I think
Yeah.
squirrels to me are like, I used to like gravitate towards them because, you know, I have kind of like curly hair. So when I put in the, you know,
Yeah.
ponytail, it like does a little thing like that. But then I started wondering, like, when you look at them, it's like, is your hair like the tail? If it's like the hair, like, what's the difference between a rat and a squirrel, and like how we treat rat? Like, I feel bad for rats. Like, all this, like, I'm like, all this, maybe because I live in New York City, you know, I see them all the time. But it's like I feel bad for the rats now because I'm like, if you look at them, you're like, oh, kind of the same little robot.
Yeah, they're kind of like the same thing. They come up, they steal your food, and they, you know, they have their moments. Like,
so I'm like, when I'm thinking of your like friend who's like, oh, let me feed the little squirrel, I'm like, what would that look like if someone was doing that with a rat?
Yeah.
Just like,
If a rat had a puffy tail, it would look like a squirrel.
yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And Now Your Mama Knows says Purple would pluck the feathers off of birds and throw them off the roofs. What?
Oh my goodness.
You know too much. You know too
Look,
much.
now he's on here being a troll. Like, now you're acting like Jeff right now. He says Lena would bite turtle heads off. What? Like, why would I do that? Why? Why? Turtles are, I mean, they're not the cutest animal, but, you know, just seeing how small they can start out to be like this huge. I don't know. I feel like when turtles are babies, they're the cutest thing ever, but once they get bigger, then they look like dinosaurs, and it's, yeah. Oh man, Squid's is laughing at it.
Looking at Lena, like I have this imagination of like dinosaur the size of a house or turtle size of a house. Like, I think they're like this big to this big.
No, no. There are some turtles that like get really, really huge though. Like that you can actually have as pets in your backyard, and it's crazy. You know, they can get like the size of a dog. So, you know, it's just, you know. And Now Your Mama Knows says this is if you were bad. Okay. Okay. Mr. says silverback gorillas versus giraffe, to whom it may concern. I like how he's got Spectre's like favorite animal up there, and then he also got Sandy's, like they're both going against each other.
Mr. Urban World has such an interesting. I'm like, what did giraffes do?
Yeah, I mean,
Giraffes
I'm pretty sure. I mean, granted, like gorillas could just, you know, grip around giraffes' legs and kind of like, you know, pull them down a bit. I mean, I think that's the only benefit they probably have. Other than that, like giraffes have like this long behind neck and these long legs. They can probably kick the gorilla in the feet.
No, that's what they do, right, Sandy? Like,
yeah,
when they do like fight, they whip each other with their neck.
Yeah, but then
I've seen like a video of it.
But isn't the silverback gorilla like, what's that called, Congo? Like where they go and like with fucking girl, isn't that? Aren't they like violent?
Yeah,
they're very violent.
Yeah, they can be very
violent. I just have now like projected an entirely like false, horrible movie onto like this entire species of gorilla. But I apologize if I did. But in my mind, that is what a silverback gorilla is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Holt says, Cowboy, notice if you never mentioned their acts of being a hero first. I know, right? Like, come on now. We have Chariot Man Gaming, who says, what's going on, guys? Hey, Chariot, how's it going? We have Holtz, who says, maybe it's a rat with someone's hair extensions. I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Holtz knows what's about. He knows like the rodent. He knows the rodent game. Like,
right.
That's how you do it.
Chariot says, Happy Women's History Month. And with that, actually leads very well into the next question I have. for you guys. So we're gonna leave this with the last comment for now, and then we'll come back to everyone else's. But with him saying that brings me to my next question, which is, what are some difficulties being a woman gamer? What are some a better way to like elaborate the question is like, what are some like things that you guys have to battle with being a woman in the gaming world, pretty much?
Yeah, I think it's two things. For me, I'm going to mention two things. One's like more like superficial, and that is like sometimes like we don't play games as much. Like there's just so many other things, like so many things that like society says women need to do. Like I was talking, I think, to Squids one time. Shout out, he's in the chat. But like I was talking to him, and I was like, "Do you realize what I have to do in a day just to get ready to go to sleep? Like so much time. Like I'm doing other things." And he's like, "Yeah, I just wake up, eat, game, go to sleep." And so like, but I bring that up because like when we do play games, like there's sometimes like this, we're just not as good sometimes. And it's like, so that's more the superficial one. But I think the more like deep one is like sometimes people don't think we're serious. Like we're just there to, I don't know, just be seen or just whatever. And it's like, no, these are like really interesting sometimes games that are really just like, for me, it's about the narration, or like sometimes I do want to get my competitive side out. So just being taken serious, I think, is a big challenge sometimes.
Yeah. I agree to both of those. And I also think like it's funny, like if you tell a person like, oh yeah, I like to game, I'm a gamer, and people are looking at you but like you're a girl. Like, what does that mean? Like, I like to play games. I don't play them all the time, but I also like to game even though I'm a woman, right? So sometimes people kind of give you that look like, oh, you really play games? Like that surprise. Like, how is that surprising? Women play games. So
that's like, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, people think it's like this weird, shocking thing when they hear a woman say that they play video games, because men don't think of like that being something we'd be interested in, right? Because for them, that's their territory. So to hear that a woman does it, it's like, yeah, I don't see you. Like for me, people say that I don't look like the type of person that would play video games, and I'm like, man, I mean, I grew up around my dad. I'm like, I didn't know, being a gamer like has a look, and it's a type of person I didn't like. So for me, I'm thinking about, I'm like, I mean, I didn't know there was a type, but yeah, I play video games. Growing up around my dad played video games all the time. That was a way for him to bond with his kids, and get us to bring out like our competitive side sometimes. So that and for me, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm used to playing video games. It doesn't bother me, And then when you start getting on the more technical aspects of games, when you're talking to men about games, then it's kind of like a slap in the face for them, because then they're like, oh no, she knows what she's talking about, like, So it's just one of those things.
I also think they feel like we don't really like play games and beat them, like as if we just play and we suck. Like, and we're actually out here beating games, guys. Like we enjoy gaming and we do beat games.
Like the entire game. The
entire game.
Like I will once say it again. I beat a game in 2 days. That should have took me like a week. Like, we do this, guys. Like, we're into this kind of stuff. It's
so
rare,
I used to play Saints Row, and I beat like every single one. And people were like, "You completed the whole games?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was like on a Saints Row kick." So that used to be my game.
This thing, right? Like we do this one. We're women and we play video games and we do this thing seriously. Okay, guys, we do it. We do it.
Yep.
Back in some of the comments, we have Spectre who says, "I'm still salty. A rat ate my herb garden." Oh, he said, "Rest in peace, my cilantro plants."
Oh.
Spectre also says, "Mr. Gorillas are my favorite animal." See, Spectre, I told him your favorite animal is a gorilla, and it's actually silverback gorillas too. Mr. says at Spectre, mine too. It just might be my first tattoo. I have my favorite animal tattooed on me. So does Sandy. Mr. says, giraffes are very mean. I watched a YouTube video of them charging cars and motorcycles. I mean, if they feel threatened in their territory,
They're gonna
okay.
get
I mean,
mean.
yes, it's normal.
But here's my thing about to that, Mister, is that you saw like 1 or 2 giraffes, and now you're doing for the entire giraffe population.
Right.
Like there
Right.
are individual giraffes, and they may not even be violent. They may be dealing with like mental health issues or some other things. So,
Yeah.
nice to just paint the entire species there as violent and so forth. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mister.
Yeah, we're shooting you down, mister. Thanks. See, you wanted to come on here being on negative Nancy, and now we got to sit here and be negative towards you. And now your mama knows says, question. If you could be in a sports game, which game would it be? That's a very good question. Would wrestling be considered a sports game? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad always had this dream of his daughters being WWE divas. Okay. At one point in time, I did believe that I could be one. I mean, physically, I'm not fit for all that. But, you know, if you just keep your mindset and you put your mind and your body to it, I mean, it could be possible one day. But I always did believe, like, I could be a diva one day if I really wanted to, you know, put my mind to it. I think it'd be kind of cool. Even though I would be scared about, you know, getting hurt and, like, actually physically getting hurt and stuff. Just seeing, like, what all these wrestlers have to go through when they do get injured. But, you know.
So if I were in a sports game, I would do like a UFC game because I really like UFC. So I would just like make a character of myself in a UFC game.
Yeah.
For me, I would probably pick like Mario Kart because they just seem to be having fun and like it's a racing game, so it's a sport, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
they're just
racing
like,
is a sport.
Be
They
like
have all these
Princess
little-
Peach in her
Yeah.
dresses.
they're just like
Right.
doing fun things, and then they're friends at the end of the day, like dancing
Yeah.
or whatever. So
It's kind of like, oh yeah,
something
no
like
hard feelings. I can beat you, but no hard feelings. Like, you know.
that.
Right.
Exactly, or I like sit in this class too. Like it's okay.
Yeah. Chariot says this is too funny. Spectre says at Mr. Do it. That would be nice. Spectre, do you even have one? Like, I mean, there is some pain aspects to tattoos. I mean, granted, I've never really had the whole pain aspect of it, but yeah, everyone's different though. So, Holt says Spectre, surprised if never came back for all that salt to go for the plant. I get what he's trying to say. Because Spectre said he was salty at the fact that the rats ate his plants. So if he would have used the salt on the ground, it probably would have kept the rats away. I wonder if that'll work like as a repellent for them.
Probably not. Rats are crazy.
And I can't stand cilantro to begin with. It's the one that like it's just disgusting. So I'm like,
Oh yeah.
you know, good job. You don't need to eat cilantro. It's not good.
Listen, Lena, tell Anthony stop coughing in the background.
I know, right? Come on, man. People gonna think you're like you over here coughing. Danny says stop coughing. Squint says LOL, yeah, I just wake game and repeat. See? Now he sounds like this is what I feel like in women's minds, like, yeah, all we think that men do is like they wake up, they eat some food, you know, then they hop on a game and then they just do the same thing all over again. But, you know, during the week, obviously, we know you have to go to work at some point, unless you're like my dad who takes off a day from work to play a video game for 24 hours. But, you know. Just gotta throw a little shade for a second.
Oh
My dad's been doing that, I kid you not, for a very long time. Like him and my uncles, they all do that. They take off a day from, and they don't even allow my brother like take a day off of school just to stay home and have a little like tournament and play a video game all day, all day long on like the release day. So, Harriet says purple haze. Spectre says at Holtz the rats destroyed it all and I couldn't salvage it sadly. I mean, you know, just you can always try regrowing it too. Squid says sometimes walk a bit or go outside. But you're still like not kind of like you still just sit and play video games all day. That's what it sounds like to me. We have Main Games who says hello everyone in chat and to the panelists. Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
Shout out to we have Mr. who says at Spectre, they are so strong and peaceful. So are orangutans. Super strong too, and can even communicate via sign language. That is very true. But
Can you make
don't
a
they
coffee?
have like? I mean, I don't think.
And you're sick? You're probably gonna throw the hell up. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm like, what?
Michaela is sick, and she's out here making instant coffee. When earlier she was saying she felt like she was gonna throw up, so I'm like, why would you drink coffee? I'm like, that'll probably make you throw up.
The milk in that would definitely. Chariot says, nah, women gamers take gaming serious. No, we do. We do. That's what we're trying to say. Like, we do take gaming serious, and some men don't understand, like, how serious we take gaming. But they think it's weird that we do. Like, and I think it's just, honestly, I think it's just men who have that, like, childish mindset where they think, like, gaming is only for guys, not for girls at all. And so when they hear that girls do play games, it's kind of like, what? No, you don't. So then they challenge us, and then when they lose, no, you cheated. Like, no, we didn't. We beat you fair and square. Like, stop being a sore loser.
Yep.
Right. Like, come on now. Mr. says at Chariot, yep, I had a chick. What?
Annihilate.
That is a.
Annihilate me
Oh,
in
annihilate
Tekken.
me in Tekken. Okay. I couldn't get a single hit in. See? Like, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't even that she practiced either. She just did it fair and square.
That it scarred him so bad that Mr. then mastered Power Rangers. If y'all have not played Power Rangers, like it is incredible.
Wait, I have it on the thing right now. What are you talking about? See, if you look and pay attention, see, you're always trying to jump ahead of me. I got this, all right? Just stay over there. Over here talking about you skipped my question. I didn't even reach his question yet. His question is, how do you handle negativity if you play online or if you have played online? So how do you deal with the negativity of people while playing online?
So the only time I really experienced a lot of negativity was playing a game that's just known for it in Rainbow Six. Like there was a lot of times like I would just get like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, why are you like just numerous things.
Yeah.
So then it actually was a good news story because then like I reached out. It's like one of those things I reached out to the Stadia community and found people. Shout out to Nimbus Cloud Gaming who was there and he got some of his friends. And then after that, I never had any, like anytime I had some issues, they would just shoot. If it was a teammate, they just shoot them. Like, okay, we don't need to be on that team. Like, it's fun. So I think it's that. Like I just, surround myself with positive people and positive influences. Once again, Squids, Ambi, Cowboy, Climax, people I've played with, just I think gaming with people that bring the best out of me.
Yeah.
I haven't really dealt with anybody being too negative while I was gaming online with anybody. So I've been fortunate in that area. So I don't really have much to say about that.
I feel like the only negative person I've had was my dad because he'll sit here and be like, "You suck." But like, other than that,
okay, then, your dad's been on my stuff, but I know he's kidding.
Yeah, no, we know he's kidding. And then you have people like Mr. all the time. He's like, "We need to cancel her." Like what?
But we know he's messing around too.
But we know he's kidding too. I mean, I've never really had any serious like negativity though. So, we have Chariot who says, "Go watch some of these women gamers stream on YouTube. You would be cracking up." Why? Because our reactions are funny? Like, what you trying to say? We have Suave in the building who says it's your boy Suave. Hey, Suave. Thanks for showing up, showing out. He says, Lena's live stream is perfect right now. What did you charge? Oh, I didn't charge anything. Listen,
he said, what did you change? She's on her dad's computer.
Oh, well, he wrote charge instead of change. That's why I read that.
He meant change.
well, I was gonna assume he meant change, but I kind of had to put him on the spot a little bit. You put the wrong word, okay? But to answer your question, Slave, oh no, I'm on my dad's laptop, so that's what I changed. He also says, shout out to all the ladies around the world. We are bosses right now doing this thing. We have Main Games who says there's still issues centering around what comes to mind when, oh my god, mentioning words like gamer or boss. Oh, it's down at the bottom on there. See, thanks, Daddy. Because I'm like trying to see it on the screen. I'm like, looks so small. Mentioning words like gamer or boss. There's no such thing as a girl boss or girl gamer. Still lots of work to do. No, you're definitely right. I mean, there might be I'm pretty sure there is a game or two that do have women bosses on there. However, you are right though. Like Main Games, you don't see like women boss battles that you have to complete. So you definitely are right about that. And we do need to change that because, it is possible for women to be that bad guy in games. So
Right.
you're definitely right about that.
And he's right about like girl gamers, like in reference to like there isn't as many girl characters in games.
Yeah.
So that should change too,
Yeah, that definitely should change because you do have a lot more women who do play. So
Yep.
it at least let us know that you guys appreciate us enough to, where we're showing that we support you in creating these things. So, maybe show a little appreciation by giving us a little more characters. Maybe not a lot, but just a little more characters for us to be able to choose from. Instead of feeling like we have to be masculine through gaming. Because that shouldn't be a thing. All the time, anyway. Chariot says, wow, at Spectre. Here in New York City, it's a nightmare with the rats. Situation, LOL. And he also says, what's up, Suave? We have Mr. who is laughing at us now. Ha ha ha. Suave says, what's up, Chariot Man? He also says, what's up, chat? Mr. says, can we ask non-gaming questions? If so, what's your favorite food? Or meal you cannot live without? No, we can. That is okay. We can.
My favorite food? Oh, it's too hard, right?
There's too many, right?
Yeah, it's like how you feel. You know, like by the time I finish this sentence, I'm gonna just keep going. I like a very home style meal is probably jambalaya.
Nice.
I like that. And then if I want to be bougie, it's lobster stuffed with crab meat. Cannot get enough of that.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
That sounds
I want some seafood.
Yeah.
Well, look, you and Cowboy always post these like seafood like videos, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I love seafood. I love it.
I be hungry all the time, so there you go. Payback.
For me, my favorite food, I grew up on Spanish food a lot just because, I grew up with my mom's side of the family more than my dad. So, like, that's what I ate all the time. So, my one favorite dish that I like making it. I used to make it all the time, but now I only do it during Christmas because it does take some time. But it's like a Spanish lasagna, and it's called patelón, and it's like, it's got your meat element, it's got your vegetables, it's even got your fruit in it if you consider the plant and a fruit. But I feel like it's got like those three elements in there, and then you got your, you also have protein in two forms of like eggs and then ground beef. So that's like my thing. I like making it, but it does take time. So I only make it once a year right now. Because I had to limit myself on that because that is a time consuming thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
So me and your dad went to this place called the Big Fish Grill one time for like my birthday, and they had this blackened tilapia, and it was the best blackened tilapia we ever had. And then when we went back for it, they didn't have it anymore. So that would probably be like the best dish I ever ate that I've liked in seafood.
Yeah.
Regular like stuff for me like that I like on a normal basis is like Lena said, Spanish food. I like a lot of Spanish food. And pizza is like a common thing, but I don't know. Pizza's like a fast, easy thing that I enjoy too.
We have another question. Suave says, "What makes you stand out as a woman?"
Ooh,
Oh,
that's deep.
That's a good, deep question. What makes you stand out as a woman?
I'll answer that, and then I'll like. Let me see.
Maybe we're a little softer when we're streaming. Like, women tend to have a softer side, so maybe like people enjoy watching women because they're a little softer on camera and they're a little easier, not to really sound bad, but they're a little easier to kind of listen to or talk to or something.
For me, I feel as though it's I think some of the things that interest me, I feel like there are more things that men feel like is more dominant for them. Like I remember 2 weeks ago when I did the show with Purple for Man versus Woman, and I was helping Suave with the problem with his car, like via like through a stream, and like things like that. I know men take pride in because they feel as though they know it all, especially in that field. And so for me to be that person to be like, Suave, that's not gonna work because like it's just too big for your car. Like I think things like that, like it makes men feel weird. Women are proud to like know stuff in like the car field or the game field. But for me, like that's who I am. I literally would tell people when I meet them, listen, just let you know I am a car girl. Like I know about them, I work on them, I can tell you about classics all day long. And for them it's kinda like, but that's not what girls are into. And for me, I'm like, no, but that's what I'm into. And I feel like that's what makes me stand out. Because like it's something that's unexpected.
I think mine's similar to that, Lena. Like, so for me, I think I've mentioned in other streams, like I'm a veteran, and like, I was in for a while. And so like things like strategy, military strategy, business strategy. And now that I'm out of the military, I do business strategy a lot. And so it's things that people like don't know. Like they'll say like something about, like, let's say Napoleon or something. And of course, like I've studied all of Napoleon's battles and what made them great. And so like, I'll dig deeper, or they'll say something just like out of the ordinary. And, like I'll really dive deep, like, oh, really? What do you mean by that? And then you find out like 90% of guys are just repeating some meme. So it's like, I think that kind of like in the intensity, like when I like engage in it or some of my interest areas, it definitely makes me stand out.
Yeah. We have Spectre who says, Chariot, at Chariot, I'll definitely have an exterminator on speed dial if I move there, LOL. I know you would have to. He also says, I don't have tattoos. Ambi says, why would anyone hate cilantro? I love cilantro. A lot of people was like, I don't like the taste of it because it's just, there's just something about it. For me, listen, I grew up in a Spanish home. We use cilantro on almost everything. So for me, I kind of like the taste of it. Sometimes when my mom buys it, I would literally like go to the fridge and just grab a leaf and just eat it. They say you're not supposed to do that, but I do it. I don't care. And then I also grew up making this one thing called sofrito, and like so we use cilantro for that. And I like it instead of tomatoes. And like I would sit there and eat the cilantro while I'm like making it. My mom's like, you gotta stop doing that, or else we're not gonna have any for it. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but to me, I feel like it has a similar taste, kind of to like mint, but that's just me.
I think I'm with Maine. It tastes like, I wish it tastes like soap main. It tastes like
Oh my
it's gonna
god.
sound really gross. It tastes like body odor to me. Like I don't know why. It's like just I wish it's tasted like soap, but to my taste,
I
it could
kid
be
you
like
not.
a little
I
bit.
feel like it tastes similar to mint to me.
No, like, and it could be just like my parents used to do this when I was little. Like they would like a whole thing of menudo or some like soup, and they'll put like a little bit, and I could
Yeah.
taste it. And they're like, "Oh, we just wanted to see if you really didn't like it." I'm like, "So what am I gonna eat now?" Like,
Like you ruined the meal.
you
Thank
ruined my meal. Like, seriously, like this isn't like a joke, mom and dad.
Yeah, like
So
Holt says I ain't got a clue what cilantro is. Cilantro is a herb, right? And you would I mean I would consider it a
Yeah,
herb. It's
it's
like
a herb.
it's a herb, it's a plant. And
They use it for seasoning stuff.
yeah, you can easily like either chop it up or use it whole leaf and put it in stuff, and it's very potent. I will say that cilantro is a herb that is pretty potent, and the taste of it gravitates strongly to whatever you're cooking. Definitely for sure. Maine said coriander. I don't know. Oops. We have okay. Who says you got this? We do got this. Windstar says, hi, lovely ladies in chat. Hey, Windstar, how's it going? We have Lofi Monk who says, yo. Mr. says, at Holtz, haha. Sometimes I have cilantro on my taco. It definitely is a popular thing to put on tacos. I will say that. And it's also cilantro, believe it or not, is what they use in pico de gallo. So if you're a person who loves pico de gallo, then guess what? You love cilantro because that's what's in there. All right. Just letting you know. We have Ambi who says, at Maine, if it tastes like soap, you may have a certain receptor gene called OR6A2. Well, it sounds like we have a scientist on our hands. Holt says at Maine, thanks. I have learned something new. Chariot is laughing at Spectre right now. Suave says changed. Lena changed. My sister, LOL. Listen, I just had to correct you a little bit, you know? It's what I do. It's how me and you started our friendship. I corrected you on something, and then you and I start going back and forth. And look, now we're co-hosts on a show, and it's great. Chariot says, for all you ladies, what is your favorite game to play? I feel like this is gonna be the main question we're gonna ask like 5 times a day.
Every single time I hear it, though, they say it a little differently.
Yeah.
Think of a different game,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
so I think it's like so cool. I think like I can talk about what's my favorite game right now, and it's a game called Spiritfarer, and it's just a really cool, like once again, graphics and sound, and it's a game that deals with death, and you kind of like tear up at certain points. It's probably my favorite game at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm playing Control on Stadia, and it's kind of like it's kind of weird. Like it's the storyline is really cool. It's like it's like she's trying to find out about her brother being in this facility, but this facility is like it seems like it's closed and people are like floating in the air, but they're not like really there. So it's kind of like crazy. Like the world is kind of crazy. So I kind of like that right now.
Yeah. I honestly haven't started any new games on Stadia besides the last time I actually streamed for Triple Slam. So I don't really have one for right now. Okay. But, you know, my dad just gave me, you know, a Stadia controller today. So I definitely can start in the next couple of days and find a game that, you know, pulls my interest in some more. So
nice.
Mr. says, I'm not going to lie. I feel more safe around Lena, Purple, and Sandy than I do Cowboy. He is too aggressive. Ha! Ha! And I'm actually surprised it's coming from Mr. Maine says, no problem, Holtz. Um, the cowboy says, I love shrimp stuffed with crab meat. So when they do like stuffed shrimp, like would they do like the jumbo shrimp? Because
So
I'm like,
it's like the jumbo shrimp,
mhm.
and like they cut it in the middle and they stuff it, and then
Yeah.
they usually put a breading.
Okay, kind of like they butterfly it a little bit, and then okay,
Yeah.
okay. Maine says at Purple Haze, my family is from Louisiana, and jambalaya.
Beans and rice, gumbo. Look, I know this food song. Like
Red beans and
repeat.
then rice and gumbo are uh simply one I grew right? Right, that's what he used. The thing like minimized over here in the corner.
They're staples he grew up with.
Okay, there we go. It's got this little yellow arrow over it, and I'm like, it blocks like 4 words. I'm like, oh my god.
Maine and I have like this I think they call it the shining with him and
Oh
I. We
no.
like think this name. Love it.
Yeah, but like you see how many comments are in here? I'm like trying to catch up on them.
Start scrolling up, you'll see which comment.
Oh no, I know that. But I'm just
I
saying
love
like
how
there's
Cowboy got into the stream.
oh my god. Spectre says my current mission is to make the most crispiest Korean fried chicken on an air fryer. No, he made some the other day and he sent the picture of it to me, and it actually looked really good. So all I'm gonna say is Spectre, once you perfect that recipe that you've been using, you definitely gotta,
Send
like
it this way.
do first class shipping of like some chicken or something, because I don't think we have that down here in Jersey. Holt says it looks like the poor lobster is always stuffed with other sea creatures. Squid says, nice show. Always nice to learn more about the women in the community. Definitely, for sure. Chariot says, love lobster, dipping in marinara. I'm gonna see. Chariot also says, I know, right? At Squids. Alright, here we go with like more of these comments. I swear. The cowboy says, Lena stands out. Big, she has a big head. I don't have a big butt. Alright, well who was talking about my butt? First of all, you can't even see that on here. So we're not talking about my butt, alright? Like now everyone knows that I have a big butt. Okay.
Right, they don't see her butt on
Right,
camera.
they don't see my butt on camera. Now everybody knows I have a big
The
butt.
question was asked, what does make you ladies stand out?
And he's saying
So
your
that's
big
what I
butt makes
said.
you stand
Okay,
out.
so yes, my dad feels as though that my big butt makes me stand out as a woman. Oh my god.
Has to be physical. We were giving like this philosophical question.
I know, and he's like,
Your big butt.
We want to see.
now you're making it about the physical aspects of a woman instead of like a woman herself. We have Purple who says, you just took my hunger to the next level at Maine. No, definitely. Like I didn't even eat breakfast today.
Right, I'm
so
starving.
I'm starving.
I know.
We didn't eat
Oh
nothing
my
yet.
Chariot said it's good to hear the ladies' perspective on gaming. Definitely for sure, because men don't think that we have that. We don't have the same perspective on gaming as you guys do. We do. Cowboy says Lena doesn't have a softer side. Yes, I do. Okay, I am not like a mean grouchy person 24/7. I do have a softer side to me. Okay, thank you. Maine says, Ambi, that is correct. The OR6A2 topic is an interesting one indeed. See, like now we have 2 scientists in here. Like we just okay. Nice to learn something new. Maine says at Purple, my bad. Haha.
Right, they're making us hungry.
I know, like my stomach is like slightly starting to
starving.
growl now. Holt says, Cowboy, you have a soft side on stream. It's called these biceps. As you've been not working out for a while, lol. Oh my god. Squid says, I'm having spicy beans and rice right now. Great. What a way to make us even more hungry.
Right. Make
He
us
says,
more hungry.
right. He said black beans though, extra sriracha. I'm like, guys, you're just making us hungry. And now your mama knows says, I don't know what cilantro is.
And now your mom knows you've had cilantro because it's in sofrito.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I cook Spanish food at the house, you've had it before. Windstar says squids got the rooster sauce. Squid says it tastes soapy to people. Is why LOL. Acquired taste. I honestly always thought listen, if it tastes like soap to you, then soap obviously had to have touched it at some point in time because something tasting like soap just doesn't happen. And to think that's because of a gene, that's just crazy.
That's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
There's a gene in your body that can make stuff taste like soap. Windstar says cilantro is fine to me. I don't really taste it. LOL. It definitely has a strong acquired taste, but listen, to me, it tastes closer to mint than anything else, so it doesn't really bother me. Squid says garlic and the bottle version at Windstar. See, now you guys are over here talking about food.
I know they're talking about.
Oh no, they're making us hungry.
No, come on now. Chariot says nice at squids. Oh my god, this thing is pretty good. Okay, we have Holt who says, and now your mama knows, I've just learned of Maine, it's coriander. And it's not coriander. Coriander is, I feel like coriander, when people use coriander, it's more of the seeds than it is the actual herb itself. It's rare. Yeah, you use, yeah. I feel like coriander, people use the seed more for it than the actual herb itself. Windstar says at Spectre, are you Korean? Speaking of fried chicken, I love Bonchen. No, Spectre is actually Filipino. He's actually from the Philippines, so he's not Korean. Even though I just answered that for him, but just saying. Squid says, I just spicy things up with peppers. My mouth waters thinking of sriracha or peppers like jalapeno. You guys are terrible right now. Oh my god.
I like jalapenos.
See, I don't mind spice, but I can't. I feel like I just can't eat jalapenos. I just can't do it.
I like spice, yeah.
I like spicy, but just the thought of just eating jalapenos, I'd rather not.
I love jalapenos with nachos and cheese.
Well, I love all peppers.
Yeah. Every now and then, Popeyes will have this ghost pepper jam, and it's actually really good. Some people think it's really, really spicy. To me, it's not that spicy, and I feel like it tastes more sweet than spicy, and I love it. Chariot says, I don't think I've eaten cilantro before. Cilantro is usually just something that's put in stuff, so you might not have eaten it directly, or you might have and just didn't know. Geek the Sneak says, to have cilantro with chopped onions on barbacoa tacos with a splash of lime. Oh my god, you guys are commenting faster than I'm reading these things. Oh my god. Windstar says, I love spicy food. My ethnicity is Leo, which is similar to Thai. So that's all we eat. So all you guys eat is spicy food?
I like Thai food.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up eating spicy food all the time, but that's because my mom's ex-husband's from Pakistan and that's all that they eat. So, and he was the person that cooked that food all the time. So I'm used to their level of spice, which is pretty spicy sometimes.
We're getting Jamaican spice.
Oh no, I didn't forget the Jamaican spice, but did I grow up eating a lot of Jamaican food though? That's like the thing. I mean, when Grandma moved back from Florida, and we were at her house all the time.
My grandma?
No, I mean great grandma.
Sonia.
I feel like but I feel like great grandma. She didn't really make food that was like super super spicy because of us eating it all the time. I think her main specialty that she made for us all the time was porridge, and I think that's all we really worried about. Was like, no, we got to make sure you got porridge for us when we go and see you, Grandma, because that's what we love. Like, we can eat porridge all day.
We eat it for dinner.
We would eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And some people think that's unhealthy, but hey, we love it. Squid says, Control is interesting, but trippy, LOL.
It is. It's a different kind of game. Like, it almost feels like, I don't know, it feels like you're not in reality in the game, but you know that she's like trying to figure out something, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Maine says, question to the panelists, if you could give an elevator pitch for a game you would create, what would it be about?
So I think like I thought since the last question about what game would we want, I thought about it like a little bit more. So I think what I'm thinking is like an Age of Empires mixed in with like a Dynasty Warriors type of deal, like where you could like control everything in the battlefield, but then also go down and just like fight with your army, but then you can also come back out, something like that.
That would be cool.
That would definitely be pretty cool.
I can't think of something offhand, but that sounds really cool. Purple.
I'm still sticking with my answer from before. Yeah, no, I would want to have a game. Like, I would pitch a game that has a little bit of everything, to please everyone. So, like, someone would be like, man, I don't like this portion of the game because I'm not into this type of game. But then come to find out that once they once they get past that level, the next level might be something that they actually enjoy. So.
Right.
Oh, my Lord. Lordy Lord. Holt says, at Windstar, I love Thai. Gotta check if I've got Leo restaurant near me, as I love spice. See, I'm about to skip all your food comments.
Right on. I'm like, oh my God, I need to go eat.
It's like you still have them.
Oh my God. Squid says, I love that.
You love that spirit.
Fair, yeah.
Spirit
fair,
right?
Yeah, spirit fair.
But you didn't buy disco, so I don't want to rub it in too much that you didn't get it when you had the chance. So Spirit Fair.
Windstar says, I remember seeing the trailer to Spirit Fair. It looked great. Would definitely watch if you streamed that, Purple Haze. I'm curious about it.
I might do that. Thank you, Windstar.
Yeah. Chariot says, Control is a damn good game.
Yeah, Control is really fun. If you haven't tried it, Lena, you might like it. It's a different kind of like setting in a game.
Yeah, I never have to check it out. Squids is laughing at us again. Maine says The Shining at Purple Haze. I love it. Look, the cowboy says he's hungry now. Definitely, I bet you are. Everybody's talking about food too. Like, this next comment is talking about Thai food.
We got to get something to eat.
I know. Once this is done, and Squids is still laughing at us. Like, see, look, here you go, Daddy. Look at this next comment. Maine says Lena has a big butt, and now your mama knows. Great, thanks. Like, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Chariot says I meant marinara with lobster. LOL.
No, margarine.
Margarine. Oh, that's like butter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Holt says this stream makes me want to do a hot ones stream with people who love spice.
I like spice.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I mean, if you wanna get it going, we'll do it. Token Gamer says, yo, hey Token, how's it going? Oh my God, here we Chariot is correcting
He's trying to sing this one statement for like
himself.
4 so we got it the first time, Chariot.
We got it.
like-
Lobster with butter.
Yeah,
got it.
like lobster with butter, guys. Maine says, I'm down with the Hot Ones stream at Holtz. No, I'm down.
See, look, we're all
I'm
down.
down. Spectre says, I'll post a tutorial when I master the fried chicken. Also, maybe my orange or lemon flavored
What does that say?
oh, I remember he told me about this. It's a pastry. It's a pastry that he makes.
Okay.
Yeah, him and I talked about this the other day. It's a pastry, and he had to like tell me. He had to pronounce the word for me because I couldn't figure it out.
Okay, so pretty much he's saying a lemon or orange pastry with poppy seeds.
Yeah. He says it's something he makes all the time. It
Okay.
actually sounded really good when he was describing it. Holt
Nice.
says at Maine, I went with too much spice though. Would be good to do it with the chat. No, definitely. Like, that would be pretty cool if we get to do something like that.
Look, we could like taste test things on the stream,
We could do that.
like spicy stuff.
Oh,
That would be
you can
kind of
make,
cool,
like,
right?
a reaction too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Very cool.
that would be
pretty cool.
Look, Sandy, come up when I do that. Token Gamer says, I've been out the scene. I know Lena Love and Sandy, but I don't know Purple Haze. Hello, ladies. Charlie's Angel's voice.
Hey, Token.
Well, Purple Haze is really cool, and you'll get to see more of her because she is doing a lot more stuff with a lot more people that you probably know, Token. So just stay tuned and, check out some of her streams.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. I had her as a guest on the Man vs. Woman show, and she was awesome. That was the first time I met her. And yeah, no, you're definitely in for a treat, like when you watch her and stuff like that.
Thank you, ladies.
She's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, look, Maine is even asking like what that is. That is one of my few sweets I enjoy eating. No, the way he described the pastry, like it sounds like it'd be really good. Spectre says at Windstar, a little bit, but my ancestry DNA keeps changing and Filipino. I want to do one of them ancestry things.
So your dad got me Ancestry for my birthday. It's supposed to be coming soon, so that's kind of cool.
Maine says, Holtz, growing up in a Southern family, not much of our food isn't kissed with spice. It was indeed a trail by fire growing up. LOL.
Cayenne pepper.
Yeah, I heard what she just said. She said you got her the ancestry thing for her birthday. I'm listening. I knew that because me and her talked about it the other day. Over here jumping in. The comments. Mr. says, going to think about you ladies as I order chilies from DoorDash right now. Thanks. You're welcome, mister. You're welcome.
Mister, we just had Chili's like for the first time in forever, like a couple days ago with the girls on my birthday.
I've never had Chili's before.
It was actually really good.
Spectre says, I want to go back to New York City someday and have my food made the Rocky way. Listen, Spectre, if you ever want to go to New York, let me know. I like going to New York, so I would definitely join you. We can meet up at the airport. I don't mind. I like driving, so I would probably be that person to drive to New York. Listen, I'll pick you up at the airport and we can go try some food. And then we can, just make a video then. Squid says, I'll have to try some food from Leo at Windstar. I love spicy, especially Thai food. All right, guys, can we stop the food comments, please? No. You're making us hungry.
Laotian food is really good. If you haven't had it, I'm surprised it hasn't picked up like other Asian cuisines, but Windstar, totally with you with Laotian and Laos.
Yeah. And that might be the next thing you have to try.
Yeah.
Token Gamer says, Age of Empires mixed with Dynasty Warriors sounds so lit. Windstar says Apricot Haze. That game would be great. Real-time strategy games are one of my favorites. See? And our Mono says this turned into the women's cooking show. It definitely did, because now we're just talking about food. Like, it's getting there. It's getting there. Main says at Token Gamer, right? I would love to play a game like that. No one has mixed these two games together, and it would be a lot of fun. And our Mamano says the three should do a show together.
Yeah, we definitely could.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Token Gamer says that main, you might, you're right. Humankind is kind of close, but not that much. Dynasty Warriors, it needs that first or third person action, like Age of Mythology. Ooh, catching up on these comments, guys. And then we go to our final question that I have for you guys. But Chariot says agreed at Cowboy. Mr. says at Token, I was in your Super Smash stream the other day. And now your Mamano says, I want to go to Chili's today. I need that loaded baked potato soup in my life. Wait, they have it at Chili's now too?
Yes.
They have it at Chili's?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, the first time my dad and I tried baked potato soup, loaded baked potato soup, was at
Cheesecake Factory, right?
Cheesecake Factory, and it was their soup of the day. And that is my favorite soup ever since. Now I know that Wawa got it. Yeah. When it's the day that Wawa has that soup, that's when I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Spectre says, I'm up for it, Lena. Gotta rent my house away from home. Queens. Yeah, listen, I love going to New York. I love seeing different parts of New York, too. Upstate New York, I think right now is my favorite place to go. And I spent a lot of time there, like a lot of time there 2 years ago. So, Maine said, there's a Chili's around the corner from me. That reminds me, I have free meal codes. Thanks, y'all. Well, you're welcome. Maine said, the food talk don't stop. I know, right? Thank you. Token says, what do you ladies know about NIFs and how do you feel about them? So NFTs.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, it's like a picture, right? And like people spend ridiculous monies for it. I don't know how much.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
But to me, it's not something I'm quite into at the moment.
Right. Same here.
Token also says, Mister, when you want the hands, my Kirby stay ready. Sound like a challenge to me? All right, ladies, I have one final question for you guys. And that is, what's your favorite video game memory? So it can either be a memory that you have with someone in your family or just, you know, something that you've seen before that involved video games.
So I think I'm going to go back with the N64 moment with my brother, beating the greatest N64 game ever in Zelda Ocarina of Time. And just him and I just like, we did it! Like we completed the entire game, like all the gold Skulltulas and all. There's like another thing, we just like got everything in the game and we were just super excited and it was like really cool.
So I will go back to Super Nintendo, and me and my friend Stephanie used to play Dr. Mario all the time, and we were real competitive, and I was really, really good at it. So that was like one of my favorite things to play with her.
I think for me is, man, I have so many. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I have so many moments just because, like, you know, I play video games with my dad a lot, then I play video games with my brother a lot. And one thing I will say is my brother can be a sore loser sometimes. I remember when we would play, like, Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart on the GameCube, and if he lost, that was it. He was turning the console off and nobody was playing. And that's how it was. So like just funny moments like that, like it was just, it's great. Like to have those moments again, I would. Man, guys, this has been great.
It's been amazing.
The chat was great. They made us hungry because they started talking about food. But man, honestly, this was amazing. This was a great time. Right now I'm gonna say shout Church guys' channels out and things like that. Where can we find you guys as far as streaming and things like that? Where can these guys find you?
Yeah, I should probably ping my channel in, but if you just look up Purple Haze Stadia, it should probably pop up. But if not, you'll see me. I will be launching. I guess I officially launched last week, but this week I hope to like officially launch like with other content and featuring, if he'll be on the channel, Cowboy, and you know, some playthroughs this week. So look for that.
And I'm always on And Now Your Mama Knows channel. I don't have my own. I just, you know, here and there I just go on his stuff, and I appear on other people's stuff if they ask me to.
I'm gonna read this last comment, then I'm gonna give my 2 cents. We have Jersey's finest 186 who says definitely a good show. Thanks. Winstar also says great show, everyone. So for me, and I've been talking about this for a long time with you guys, but I'm gonna announce my channel. All right, so you guys can find me. My channel is going to be called Lovely Lena, and I'm going to give props out to Suave because he gave me the name, and that name's just been rattling in my head for the longest, and I just never thought of anything else besides that. So my channel's going to be called Lovely Lena. My channel will be up, you know, for me to start posting content, stuff like that on it tomorrow, because that'll be my 1-year anniversary from doing stuff for Stadia. So everybody really thought that, like, I was just joking when I said I was going to be doing it, but I am. And here you guys are. You guys finally got the announcement. You guys have been bugging me about this for weeks and weeks now on end. Not only that, you guys can also find me on And Now Your Mama Knows for, you know, triple slams and things like that. You can also find me on Spectre's channel for the Clickbait Show every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. And you can also find me on the Climax channel with Suave for Man vs. Woman on Wednesdays at 5:30 Eastern time as well. And I'm going to read out the rest of these comments, and then I guess we can kind of just close out the rest of the show. But there you guys go. You guys finally have my channel reveal, and there you go. So we have it. It's going to be getting going. And when my channel is available tomorrow, definitely go like and subscribe. And yeah. All right, so let's see what we got left. Chariot says, I will be checking it out. Thank you. Min says, this was a great show. You all did amazing, and it was really cool to talk with you and hear your thoughts. Thank you. Chariot says, enjoy the show. We have a David Wilson who says, I've only just joined, but glad everyone else enjoyed it. It was a great show. Definitely go back and, you know, watch, look through. Chariot says great. Spectre says amazing show. And Now Your Mama Knows says, yeah, Lena finally came out. Yeah, I finally decided, you know, you guys really started to doubt me a little bit and was like, she's not going to do it. She's just saying it just to say it. But no, listen, I'm kind of like my dad. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And there you guys go. So now you guys finally have what you guys been waiting for. So definitely stay tuned for when I get broadcasted tomorrow. Maine says, congratulations on the new channel, Lena. Thank you. Mr. says, at Token Gamer, I saw what you said. Terry also says, congrats. I can't wait to see what you come up with. So for my channel, I want to kind of do what my dad does, except the vlogging part, because at the end of the day, people don't need to know what I do in my everyday life. My dad's okay with that, but I'm not. You know, I'm still in my 20s, and I still want to live it up. And it's not, everything I do is not for people to see, if that's a better way of putting it. Winstar says, looking forward to the channel, Lena. Can we get another one hands clap stream? Thank you. this was awesome, guys. Like this was great. Last year Sandy hosted, this year I hosted, and I like doing this. I am a talker like my dad, so for me, like, this is just awesome. And now your mama knows says at David Wilson, what's up, buddy? Spectre says it's about time for the new channel, Lena. Listen, me and Spectre, man, we've done some big things. 2 weeks ago, or no, last week, Spectre finally showed us who he was. And we got to see his face for the first time. This week, I'm announcing my channel. So, you know, big things going on in the SBC community right now. And Ari Mamano says, now everyone who does content, reach out to have these ladies on your shows. Definitely, for sure. Listen, I'm always open to being a part of everyone's shows and things like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what opportunities there are now to come. Here we go with our last food comment of the day. Mr. says original chicken crispers with honey mustard sauce, corn on the cob, Mexican rice, and mango sweet tea on the way. All because of the ladies. Well, thanks, Mr. for letting us know what you're having now for whatever meal of the day it is for you. And now your mama knows says I'm not a talker. Yes, you are.
Yeah, okay.
Do not lie. And Chariot says, most definitely, at and now your mama knows. And then we have Squids who says, great show. Well, ladies, it was nice being on, talking with you guys. It was nice being able to have these conversations. And just want to say, one last thing. Man, it is great to be a woman in this point in time. And women have done a lot of great things throughout history and definitely now. And I just, thank you for, opening yourselves up to being a part of this community. Because it's not something that we see all the time. And this just shows that we can be role models for the younger women that are coming up in this world too, to let them know hey, this is okay. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. And this was awesome. This was really, really awesome. And I had a great time.
Thank you. This was really great. Thank you.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was awesome. So, well, guys. Daddy, what should we have to close off the show? Yeah, because I'm we really didn't talk about that. All right. Well, all right, guys, enjoy this intro. That kind of just.
End.
Oh, I can do that.
And it automatically insert.
Oh,
you got a couple last comments.
You got a couple comments, Lena.
I know.
And
They
now
keep
your mama
coming in
knows.
last minute. What the heck? All right. And now your mama knows says, ladies, you ladies were epic. Thank you. Mr. says, and now your mama knows. Thanks for calling my mom as well and telling her about this stream. Never knew you had her number. And now your mama knows says, next year we need Purple to host the 2023 SBC Women's History Month event on her channel.
Hey, it's a possibility, right?
Possibility. Sounds like a good idea to me. Mr. says Sandy will be using profanity when the camera is off.
Hold on, that's Daisy, okay? Get it right.
And he put the laughing crying emoji. And we have Squids who gave us hand claps. Man, guys, thank you for being a part of this. And this was awesome.
It was epic.
It was epic. Oh, this is cool. There we go. We got some claps going on. Thank you. Let's get it. All right. Well, guys, I will see you guys next time.
All right.
Bye, lovely ladies. And
Bye.
once again, happy Women's History Month. I'm gonna play outro.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!